Do it. Hello and welcome to Jabberjaw. I'm your host, Jessica Dawson Collier, and with me, as always, is Tyson Wheeler Dynas and Matthew David Smith. Guys, welcome to a new year!
Did you sample an elephant having a party in a teak factory? What was that?
Yes, it's exactly what it was. It's what I Googled.
That's
Good
great.
job.
Hey, Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How were your New Year's, guys? What'd you do?
I got to reframe. When did we last talk? Because it seems like everything has happened since we...
Well, let's see. It was before
It's been
Christmas.
a few weeks.
It's been a couple...
Well, it's been 2 weeks, but before Christmas. So it's been a minute. So
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been... All right. So a lot of stuff has transpired. I think
As usual.
good, bad, but mostly good, at least from my end. I can't speak for both of you, but no.
You got the COVIDs, right?
You did.
I got the vid. That's right. I finally got the vid, and I was tested positive. So we got delayed a little bit. We think we were originally going to head back like the Monday before Christmas, and I just kept testing positive. And my little brother said, "Hey, as long as you're feeling better, asymptomatic, and you're still tested positive, go ahead and head to Kansas." So we did.
All right.
And
Yep.
because we were delayed, we sort of butted right up against that winter storm that absolutely affected everyone's travel that weekend.
Yeah.
And so I think it took us almost 3 hours to get from Salina to Hayes. We were very fortunate, though, that we got kind of a late start that day, but we were very fortunate that we got through it, because at one point it was very strange, but we just pulled up and everyone had just kind of like all the semis had just pulled off to the side of the road. And at this point, you couldn't really. It was about 30 degrees, and it was kind of raining, but it wasn't freezing rain yet, and so you really couldn't tell if it was. It looked fine, like we were trying to pay attention. Then all of a sudden, just everyone's off the side of the road, and there's these two semis like making this V shape. Like, are they telling us like that there's impending doom ahead? And we're like, what the hell is going on? So we spent like probably 50. I mean, it seemed like forever. Poor Kathy was driving, because whenever we have inclement weather, Kathy is behind the wheel, and most more often than not. Anyway, so we finally just kind of pushed through. We sat there for about 5 minutes. We're like, well, it's just going to get colder and keep raining. So unless we want to spend Christmas, on the side of the road, about 4 miles outside of the rest stop, we probably try to move forward. So we went very slowly for a while, and it got a little bit warmer, seemed to warm up. And by the time we hit Russell, it was pretty decent. We saw a highway, but there was almost no traffic. So like you just couldn't tell like how like icy it was, because you couldn't see anybody move. So anyway, very kind of scary trip, but we got home late that evening and had a really wonderful Christmas with the family. Played a lot with Alistair. Bought him lots of toys. Because I had the COVID for the majority of the trip. I had finally tested negative, I think, on the 26th of December. So the majority of the time I was masked, and so didn't really get to hug on him as much.
Did you take? You took the pills, right? So those pills, they whatever they're Precision. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, I didn't take any pills.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
okay.
No, because I really I felt sick for like 2 days. like honestly,
and that was it. Yeah.
And then the thing was like, so I had COVID, but I was masked. Everyone else had some other kind of thing that was going around. So it knocked Kathy out, it knocked my mom out, knocked my dad out. Didn't get me because I was masked almost the whole time until we came back home, and so that's what I dealt with. So anyway, lots of sickness, but hopefully looking forward to a healthier 2023.
Yeah,
but no, really nice trip.
No, it's like the kids came here, Bree and her kids, and they were all sick when they got here. And I got a cold. I took a round of I got a sinus infection. I took a round of a Z-Pack, antibiotic. That didn't work.
I love that thing. Yeah,
me too. But it didn't work, so I had to get another round of something else. I don't even know what it's called. Augmentin, I guess. So I'm taking that now. like like
Augmentum? Is that a real drug?
Augmentin.
No, Augmentin.
Augmented reality.
Not to be confused with whatever that stuff is that they mine on.
Are you in the Matrix right now, Tice?
Well, I was gonna say whatever they mine on Avatar's planet. I'm not sure what it.
Oh,
but I did go. We went and saw that movie, by the way.
Oh, that's right.
Did, and we're not doing plugs today, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But it's all plugs. But anyway, I went and saw it. It was pretty okay. It was long. It was it was better than the first one by far. It's still Space Marines versus space eco terrorists, but anyway, it was interesting, and it was actually in 3D. It was pretty amazing, but half of it looked like a video game, half of it looked like an actual film. So whenever like the avatars or the aliens were doing stuff, it very much looked like a video game, like a really nice video game. But then when people were doing, like when the avatars were mixed in with like humans, it looked like film. So it took me in and out of it. It also was quite long. So,
what was it? 3.5 hours? Something like that?
It's 3 hours and 12 minutes, I think is what it was.
Jesus, that's a lot.
We didn't feel very good when we saw it. I was like, it was my mom's birthday, the 26th. I was like, we have to go. We have to go. Because that's a thing that we do on mom's birthday. We go see a movie.
Tradition,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. And it actually was better than I thought it was. So it's worth seeing in 3D. He has enough money. I don't feel like we need to give him any more money. James Cameron. But, but it's okay. He is obsessed. He has a boner for the ocean, and
he really does.
It is kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's rock hard.
I kind of respect. That's kind of like what I love about. I'm not a huge fan of his movies, but I do kind of love his passion for the sea.
Yeah, he bailed on the whole first movie, and he was like, "Yeah, everything now is about the sea." He's like, and he went all in on the sea, But it wasn't bad.
I saw something recently about within the last couple months that was talking about, and I'd sort of forgotten that this was a controversy, but it was talking about the last, the final scene in the Titanic, in the Jesus Christ, how old am I? In the Titanic,
the Titanic,
where Leo, like they're both on the door, they're floating on the door, and then Leo lets go, and so there was this whole big, thing about, he had to let go, or could they have really both floated on the door and lived?
Right.
They totally could.
Like, years later, he paid, and I didn't even read because I didn't care that much. But he apparently spent a bunch of money recreating this and proving to people that there was absolutely scientifically no way that both of them could have survived on the door.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow.
So, the dude's thorough.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's interesting. I mean, that's
so
awesome.
Did you
have some money? So whatever.
That's true. Yeah. Did you rewatch the first Avatar?
No, we both decided that we were like, nah, that movie is not that great. So
I wanted that movie to be over so many times. I thought there were I was just like, oh, this has to be the
the second Avatar movie is a lot like that too. You're like, oh, this is the end. No, okay, well this has to be the end. No. And then they're like, but
sleep with my eyes open.
But it wasn't so bad, this time. The first one, it was just like, okay, we get it. And if you've seen the first movie, all the Marines that were the bad guys come back as avatars.
Right.
Now. And so it's just like, okay, whatever. And then
the general 3D.
Oh, it was amazing. Fantastic. I don't.
That's the only way to see it, right?
Yeah, right. That's the only reason I
watch this on TV.
Yeah.
Don't watch this on TV. Yeah. There's no reason to watch the story. Watch it, and if you want to see it in the theater, you need to see it in the theater if you're even remotely interested.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because without the 3D, you'd be like, okay, yeah. I get it.
Money well spent, Jim. Yeah.
Well, he's about to get $1 billion. I mean, he may have crossed $1 billion.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask too, because I read somewhere that in order for them to make a profit on this movie, they would have to do over $2 billion in the global box office, which I believe they've hit already.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's in a weird way, in China, which has a lot of people, I don't know if you guys know this.
What?
Yeah, and India,
What's
but
a
they
China?
never showed the original Star Wars movies. So Avatar is kind of like their Star Wars, in the zeitgeist.
Oh, okay.
So like it's kind of like that, and
Yeah.
so like it's kind of like their Star Wars. So
So
and
it was much more like foreign market driven than American market.
Right,
So yeah,
right.
absolutely.
I'd start saying that's
Although
interesting.
we went and saw it, we got seats, and I'm pretty sure every seat in that theater was filled.
Wow.
So and it was
Yeah.
so it is, you want to see the spectacle, you want to see the thing, 3D underwater, amazing, super fun, but anyway, meanwhile, I digress. I have taken this off topic, so sorry.
Not at all. Not at all. So I guess for my Christmas, as you both know, which is kind of a bummer,
Yeah.
it is a bummer. It's not kind of. We had plans to go to Kirksville, Missouri to see my mom and stepdad and siblings. And what was it? Monday before heading out later that week of Christmas, I started getting texts from my mom with just screenshots of the forecast. And then literally 30 minutes later, United canceled our flight back. And then 30 minutes after that, they canceled our flight out. So it was just
Wow.
like, okay, I'm canceling. Like,
Were you at
I'm gonna
home
get
when
the
you found
refund.
out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah. And it was, I mean, you know how those weeks are at work. It's like non-existent. Everybody's checked out anyway. So I was
Yeah.
just like,
Nobody's doing jack.
wow, we are really not doing anything. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we gonna do? So anyway, Jonas was really good about like trying to cheer me up because I was definitely in a mood. So we just like made a lot of really good food and drank way too much. Sorry, mom. And then talked to the parents. It was chill. It was very chill. It was the first Christmas that we've actually spent together, just the two of us. Well,
Oh.
three of us. Leoben counts, I guess. And so it was nice. It ended up being nice, like a nice consolation prize too. What happened, but yeah. And then we've just been eating a lot ever since. And now today it's like, well, got to get back on the right track.
Yeah, it's
God.
weird. It's weird that New Year's Day was on a Sunday, and so it
Mhm.
feels everything is weird in my head.
Yeah,
Christmas was
same.
on Sunday. Like I lost track of time. I couldn't figure out what day it
I
was.
haven't known what day of the week it was since November. Like it's just haze. It is weird though, yeah. Like it because I guess it does this every 6 years or whatever. But yeah, it is weird when it's on a Sunday because I'm like, wait, but there's like it's a day off, but then there's an observed day off, and there's 2 observed days off, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is good. I mean,
I mean it's good. Everybody should get a day off, but
they should.
it also is just a
Yes.
little disorienting, because you're just like. And also, I love it when Christmas is on Thursday because then they just give you Friday off. 'Cause
Yes.
What are
me
they gonna
too.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
They're a victim of the Gregorian calendar.
that's
those
right.
fucks.
Right. God damn those monks. Anyway,
Yeah.
they do not understand our bottom line. But yeah, so it's just it was a weird thing, and the kids were here. Personally, Bree has been here since the 15th, which was her birthday, and we had an eggnog tasting contest.
How was that?
It was
Do you
interesting
like
because
eggnog?
I do not, but
Okay. That's what
Was
I
that the
thought.
contest? Was there just eggnog?
well,
And you
no,
like
they were
see if you
5.
like it or not?
There were no.
No.
Well, I reaffirmed my fact that
Tyson's like, it's all terrible. Let's do
Yeah.
something else. Yeah.
everything about all of these are not great. It's like drinking snot. I don't care for it. But but like the we had 5 different kinds of eggnog, and we did a blind test, and her kids love eggnog, which is really funny. So
Uh-huh.
and one's 3, so he just drank as everyone's leftovers, and the other girl, she's 6, and she had opinions, but the opinions were
Oh, okay.
basically all the same. She's like, this
Yeah.
is more sweet than the last one. I think she said that 5 times. Like, but like we did a whole thing, and it was kind of fun. But no booze in the eggnog, so we threw out all the goddamn eggnog yesterday because we had a lot of leftovers. And then people were saying,
what is the spirit that traditionally goes with eggnog?
is it
Bourbon, right?
Is it
I
bourbon?
think.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because there's we actually couldn't find eggnog, so we love eggnog. And by we I mean Jonas. Like I'm a little lactose intolerant, so I can drink about literally this much eggnog and I'm like, I'm good. But he loves it. So we went to the grocery store. They were completely out of eggs and eggnog, which was weird. And then we went to the liquor store and he's like, they've got to have an eggnog here. And it was like a kid on Christmas morning. He found this Evan Williams fucking eggnog that already had the booze in it. He's like, I'm getting two. I was like, all right, cool. And that was actually quite good. If you like eggnog out there, I highly recommend the Evan Williams eggnog. It's very boozy.
We had so everyone told us that the Trader Joe's eggnog was the best. And that ended up, according to Brie, that was third. So that was third in her list. But she picked like the most, she picked Highland eggnog as her favorite.
Interesting.
And Highland eggnog, her grandmother used to buy, because it comes in cans. So it stays all year. So her grandmother would make her eggnog every time she came out there. So obviously her favorite was the kind that she had when she was a kid. So that was kind of interesting. But I didn't care for any of them, really, to be honest with you. But I tried to play along and be, thoughtful. But there were differences. There were different flavors or spices and different things like that. But
did you kind of like any of them?
I liked them for what they were, but like we had little shot glasses. I could drink about half of the shot glass and be like, okay, Theo, here, you can drink the rest of it, and just hand it off. So, no, I didn't really, but it's, like you said, like I just, I don't know. But that's a big tradition up in their household. So, and they put whipped cream on there. So that's a big thing.
Shit. Okay.
The kids love it. So
doing it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Smith, I cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I just was, I don't remember. Oh, I was going to, egg. Is there actually egg in eggnog?
I don't know.
I think there is.
I know there's I know this is like, so it's not like an egg
sugar, egg yolk.
Okay.
And then they whip the egg whites, I think, too.
Okay.
Like, I think the whole egg is in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like an egg cream where the whole egg portion is sort of just a lie, but they're actually, I just couldn't remember offhand. But
no, there is actual egg in there. Yeah.
Okay. That kind of makes
I love
me,
eggs, but man, it is like...
in drinks though, I have a weird relationship with eggs. I think we've talked about this. Like they just in some forms, I'm totally cool with them, and others they thoroughly disgust me. And so,
you seem like a sunny side up kind of guy. Doesn't like that. That's too gross, right? Yeah.
No leaky, runny. No.
Oh, I love the runny yolk. That's one of my favorite things in life.
I used to,
when you cut into it, it just goes everywhere.
And this is like a taste thing because when I was a kid, I remember one of my favorite like breakfast things my mom would make me. Was like an egg yolk, and I would just dip like the French like toast into the egg yolk and just go nuts on that. And now that the mere thought of that, just I don't know, can't do it. But
well, it's interesting, like because like the the runny egg thing. Like I don't like to mix my foods. We've talked about this casseroles.
Yes.
Previously, so like I'll just eat all the eggs, even with the runny yolk. I like, whatever, but everybody's like dip their toast in it and whatever, and I'm just like, I'm not doing that, so it's I have a complicated situation with just mixing foods, but I do like eggs in almost all their forms, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose.
I do have a sort of a weird like breakfast bias towards eggs. Like I do think eggs, like when I see eggs on like a hamburger. You know what I mean? I just think it's a breakfast food. Just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane.
Well, we make a bibimbap, which I call beep boop bop.
Bibimbap?
Bibimbap. It's like
bibimbap.
Are you familiar with this? It's just kind of like
so good.
It's like a rice dish with a bunch of stuff on top of it, and then the final piece is a fried egg. With the runny yolk on top of it, and then the yolk sort of works down into the food, and it's quite good. To me that's a mixed food, and I'm like, but I do like it.
I was just gonna say that is a mixed food. It's a Korean dish, but they have like everything separated, and then you mix everything together.
Yeah. I guess like bulgogi boil like generally comes.
Yeah, totally like
too. Yeah. So
I'm a big fan.
Beep, boop,
Just
bop,
put
bop.
a fucking egg right on my face and I would enjoy it. I don't even care. I'm all into it. Any kind of egg, I'll take it.
I don't know if you guys saw this. I was going to mention this earlier, and I guess I forgot. When I was doing a bunch of Black Friday shopping, Denny's put out a T-shirt. Are you familiar with this at all?
No.
It was kind of
Mm-mm.
under the radar. They made 500 of these T-shirts, and basically it was a screed about how much they love Denny's on this T-shirt. But
Uh-huh.
this T-shirt, if you wore it to any Denny's, you would get a free meal for 365 days, and the cost of the shirt was $75.
What?
What?
Yeah. So, but they only made 500, and they were going to release them, I think, on like the Black Friday at midnight. And I don't love Denny's that much to care about
I
it,
don't either.
but I thought, what a collectible item, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, the shirt was nothing to write home about. I just kept thinking, and it had a list of all. You could look at a list of all the participating Denny's in the United States, and and so you can make sure that you went to the one that would honor it. But I mean, how many Denny's restaurant employees would actually believe you? You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, well,
Right?
this shirt
Seems
means.
so made up.
I
Yeah.
know, but no, but they did. Yeah, so
Interesting.
I
They would have to
imagine
like they'd have to like do like training.
yeah, they would.
Yeah.
Well, somebody would go to their manager and be
Corporate
like,
training for the T-shirt.
they're insisting
Right?
that they're not going to pay, and their manager would be like, well, let me call corporate, beep boop up, beep boop up, and like it's all corporate. But
Hello,
but
corporate.
I
Yeah.
imagine, and I haven't looked, but I imagine there's a couple of those on eBay for like thousands of dollars.
I'm pretty sure.
That's
Yeah.
really interesting. No, I did kind of miss that.
Well, they didn't really advertise it. It was kind of like for people, the Denny's in the know people. If you can imagine
Okay.
how silly
Who are
that
those
is.
people? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's like if we're gonna go like down a list of like the places, like the 24/7 places you can get like pancakes at any hour of the day or night, it'd probably be Waffle House, IHOP, Denny's would always be at the bottom, at least for me.
There is a Village Inn right up the road from us.
VI is good too.
Yeah,
That's
so,
up there. Yeah.
But they're kind of more obscure now, aren't they? I don't see VIs nearly.
Oh
as much.
no! I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that this one's holding out is amazing. But we were up. We were eating at a different restaurant across the street from there, outside on a Sunday during the pandemic, and it was packed. I mean, it was so. But all those places are the same. You get eggs, bacon, pancakes. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
various
personally,
forms. Yeah.
I'm great with IHOP's pancakes. That's great. I'm good with it. It's fine. Like if I want pancakes and I can't get them, Steak and Shake made pancakes. I used to go and get Steak and Shake pancakes.
Did they really?
Yeah, when I got
Shit.
off of work from working overnights at the hotel, sometimes I go to Steak and Shake and get three pancakes and take them home. Almost always they were undercooked. So it's an FYI. I eventually stopped doing it. I was like, whatever, I just quit. But yeah. But I think I like IHOP and Denny's about the same. They're all the same restaurant, so it doesn't matter.
Basically the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moon over my hammy. I like the puns in Denny.
Oh yeah, those are good. Those are classic. I like a good Cracker Barrel too, but those places close, I feel like, at a reasonable hour.
I can't get Beth to go to a Cracker Barrel, but I always know if I'm on a road trip with Matt, we're gonna hit a Cracker Barrel at some point.
It's good road trip food.
It is
like stopping by at a friend's house, having some good home cooked meal, back on the road.
It really is. You can rock in those chairs that they have out on the porch.
Chairs.
Yeah,
you can buy some kitschy bullshit for your kids.
You get some kitschy bullshit. That's right. It was like fucking Dolly Parton, make it yourself. Like fucking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
sorbet.
Still very reasonably priced because they got to keep those seniors happy.
That's right.
Have to.
Well, you think inflation's affecting Cracker Barrel? Oh, you got another thing coming. Like,
no. Portions are big and
portions are gigantic,
and the okra is flowing.
Yes. Oh my god.
I am a huge fried okra fan.
I know you are.
My mom used to make that for us, and it's a treat. It's a slimy treat.
Yum.
I feel like
okra?
Oh, I love fried okra. Not as much as Jonas does. Yeah, he's a big fan. Anytime we go to get like barbecue, primarily when we were living in Texas, it was always fried okra as one of his sides, and macaroni and cheese.
Very good.
Yeah. It's a good combo. Just throw that shit in there.
So Dawson
fatty
knows.
foods. I'm gonna miss you.
You're gonna miss you for a month. Then you'll be back on the horse.
Yeah, I know.
The fatty food horse.
I'm gonna stick on.
The horse has a heart problem, but anyway.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I was gonna stay food on for one more moment because I almost forgot what we had for Christmas dinner, which I was super excited about. This, my parents got a turducken.
Oh wow!
How did that turn out?
It was awesome. It was so good.
No
it was
shit.
Delicious. So it was so.
Oh my god!
If you're not familiar with the turducken, and I think Tyson and we were probably living together something around because I think it was about 20 years ago where John Madden, there was some interview or something with John Madden, and he mentioned the turducken.
Yeah.
And what the turducken is it's a chicken stuffed inside of a duck, stuffed inside of a turkey. And it's all deboned, and so it's all, so it's, and it's basically sort of as stuffing inside made into like this giant meat mass, which is incredible to look at. But no, it was really good because I think, and I don't know what I'm talking about, but let me pretend for a moment. I think the duck fat really like got into helped the chicken and the turkey cook, and it just all had a really good flavor, super tender. It's a little on the pricey side, but we got 3 meals out of it probably for the 8 to 10 of us. So it was a really good. So kind of a splurge, but it was super good, really good. So we'll probably do it again.
Where did they get that? Was it pre-cooked or?
So it is. Yeah, I think it is pre. I don't think it's pre-cooked, but I think it's like all together. So it's basically unwrap it, put it in the oven, and roast it for like 3 or 4 hours. They got it off of Goldbelly, which is this. I don't know if you guys see this.
I love Goldbelly. Yes.
But it was whatever one they got was the one. Whatever one gave John Madden the. So anyway, that's the one I'm endorsing is the one. Surprisingly spicy too. It was actually a Cajun one, and actually kind of spicy too. So you actually really. I didn't want to. I almost forgot about that little tidbit, but yeah, ate some turducken.
That sounds delicious.
And
dude,
some tacos.
That sounds so good. Yeah, and good. Tacos. Yeah, tacos. Mostly grande though, right?
Huh? We did taco shop as soon as I arrived, or actually the day after I got there, or shop for the whole family, which is great because it's like, it's like if I want, so here's the difference. Because it's like either I'm going to go get taco shop, it's like $9, or it's like everybody wants taco shop, it's $140.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm always like sort of trying to sneak out of the house and eat a taco in the shadows. But but anyway, no, we got taco shop, and then I did get grande a couple times and brought back maybe a few burritos. So
nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
No, I'm very excited.
Bless it.
Very excited.
We all know that happens.
I went to grande like the day we left. I went at like 11:05. I think it was there like 11:05, 11:10, thinking that like, oh
excellent.
No, people get there early. Like it was packed at like
yeah, dude.
Yeah, and
especially like the days after a holiday, there would be a line outside the door at taco shop, and I was like, "Fuck my life!" Like I really don't want to cook today. Yeah.
No,
it happens.
It was good. It was good. But
yeah,
jealous.
Yeah, a little upset I didn't get any hometown meals, but. It's all right.
We'll have to, like I said, find some reason to get together this summer and,
splurge. Yeah.
Splurge.
Let's eat fucking pico or whatever. Mexican pizza. That's my favorite. So I just want to say that Dawson is our fashion coordinator, and she had us all wear our Christmas sweaters. So I think we should. Are
we doing a fashion show?
Yeah, let's display it while we're here. And we'll have to describe it for those people that don't use YouTube.
Come on, use the YouTube.
Yeah, right, I've seen the numbers. People mostly listen to us; they don't watch it.
No, they do not watch us. God damn it!
Right.
We do all the things. We have ring lights. Smith's got lights in his background now. Like, come on, guys.
Adds another dimension to our alibis.
Yeah, look at all the posters in Tyson's room. You're missing out, people.
I got cats walking across my lab all the time.
Yeah, I just saw a cat butt about 30 minutes ago. Yeah.
Well, cat ass for the fans.
Classic stuff. I can go first. Mine says, may your Christmas be meowy and bright.
Wow. That's very nice.
Isn't that great? Yeah. Cats, everybody.
Very,
Love them.
very nice. Very nice.
All right,
Matt?
Smith.
I guess I'll go. So my sweater, Kathy got me for Christmas. One of my favorite gifts this year is Cobra Kai.
You should stand up, Matt.
So
I should
cool.
stand up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back up and
It's all
like
gonna-
how long is my my mic cord? And so it's
nice.
Oh, very
yes.
good.
So,
Oh,
and
Dude,
so
that is
and then I think the back is even
strike first, strike hard.
yes.
Wow. That is
So yeah, so like that's awesome. 'cause,
amazing.
Like, this is what I'm gonna wear for Christmas. Probably
I
until I
love
die.
it.
So forever.
Yeah.
Until I
Until
die.
I die.
Oh.
But yes, it's actually a very nice sweater. It's,
That's
It looks very nice.
It
very
looks like,
comfortable.
All right, drum
my-
roll for
No, I
Tyson's.
mean my
This is-
sweater. I've had this for years. This is my black Santa sweater, hand knitted in Brooklyn, New York. So
It's beautiful. It's
I've
a
only
thing.
seen
Corey.
one other person wear it, and it was the musical comedian. Oh, that disappeared. His name disappeared. Anyway, I've only seen one person have it. So I asked for this.
You had me at musical comedian, Tyson.
That's
Yeah.
I was like, who is this person?
Well, he was. He does.
Tiny Tim? What?
He uses a looper effect. He was the music director on Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay.
For many years.
Oh, isn't he on James Corden's show?
He's a black
now?
guy. I don't know if
Producers. I know who
anyway,
you're talking about.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I was like, "That's my shirt." So I got this for Christmas years ago, and it was the only gift I got that year from my parents, and I still love it. So anyway, we have all worn Christmas sweaters, even though it's a little late. But Matt left his sweater in Kathy's car, so we had to we had to adjust.
We had to adjust. So,
but that's fine.
me.
I like that we did it for our New Year's show.
I do too.
I think
like
it worked
that
out
just
better.
Sort of extended the holiday a little bit longer.
My sister had my sister and her husband had a shirt, and it just said, "Why is the carpet wet, Todd?" on Sally's shirt, and then on his shirt, he's like, "I don't know." And it's a reference to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I did not get at first, but anyway.
It's been a few years for me.
Sadly, we did watch it.
Yeah, we rewatched it too, and it was, goddamn, it's an exceptionally good movie.
It's fucking really funny, right?
It's just a bunch of jokes in a line, it's just a bunch of pratfalls and jokes. But it was fine. It was fun. It's my brother-in-law's favorite Christmas movie. So,
what other Christmas movies did you guys watch? Did you watch anything new?
Spirited Away. We watched that several times. We like that movie. It's got Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It's on Apple Plus.
Yeah.
It's a musical, and I don't really like musicals, but they make fun of the fact that it's a musical, so that's pretty great. And
how is their singing again? Is it subpar?
No, it's actually fine.
It's all right. All right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they can fix all that with computers, like many of my records. But the, no, it was fine. And Octavia Spencer's in it, and
I love her.
There's lots of really funny people in it. It's a little musically for my taste, but we watched it a couple times, so it's pretty good. That was the only new Christmas movie I watched. I haven't watched the new Christmas Story yet, but I will.
I don't know. We really didn't watch anything new, I don't think.
I watched something new.
Was
Tyson,
it good?
this will warm your heart.
Uh-oh.
It was an animated Christmas movie called Claus.
Oh, that's an exceptionally good movie.
Yeah,
oh my god,
good.
Oh my god,
we've both never seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, the kids watched it while they were here. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's really fun.
Yeah, I love the animation in it too. That was actually really cool.
I made Beth watch all the Mystery Science Theater Christmas movies, so
there it is. I was waiting for
How many are there, actually? I may have to do this next year.
There's three. There's Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Which I've seen I believe I've seen. I think I've seen Santa Claus versus Satan. That's the difference.
That's called Santa Claus, and with a K, and that is Santa Claus versus Satan, and that's my favorite. And then there was a new one this year that they put out on the 16th because Mystery Science Theater is back, and it's called The Christmas Dragon. And it's okay. But I mean,
it's okay.
I mean,
It's
the movie,
okay.
it's pretty new for a Mystery Science Theater type movie to make fun of, but yeah, it was funny. There were a lot of D&D jokes in it. But and then if you really want to get into one of my favorites is on Riff Tracks, which is the spinoff of Mystery Science Theater. They did a show called what was that called? Christmas. I don't know. It's really strange. It's a local guy here in Kansas City. He was a television clown for 30 years on local stations, like kind of like a local bozo type guy.
Okay.
And he did a Christmas episode, and it is awful, terrifying, just awful, like and scary and terrifying and awful, like just.
I want to see it.
He's like, yeah, no. So I'll find that and I'll post it on the thing. But yeah, it's quite a thing. Yeah. So yeah. So and I watched something.
Local. Oh, go ahead.
I watched a new short for Riff Tracks called "The Christmas Deer," which is so bad and dumb, and I highly recommend it. So, "The Christmas Deer" on rifftracks.com.
The Christmas Deer. Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. They're all good about doing Christmas riffs, on the multitudes of people that do that now and make money on it. So that's pretty cool. We were going to do top 10, top 5 countdown of the stuff this year. And I know time is ticking away. I'm just looking. Here, this is what I have to do now. I'm old. I have to do this.
Oh my God, Tyson.
Because my glasses. It's because my glasses are fucking terrible. Yeah, we're 36.
Wait, but didn't we want to do headline of the year? Because I feel like Smith had some.
Yeah,
no, I don't really know that I have. No, I think you guys just didn't, and I think you assumed that I had.
I mean, we can do that.
We were wanting you to carry us to this new year, if you want. If
not, I'll still do the jingle if you want. It's fine. If you want. Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I just want to scream headline of the year, and then we can throw shit out there.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Do it.
Headline of the year.
I don't have any headlines. You guys?
So the only one that's like immediately, it was just a year-end capper, but I think it'll work. It's all kind of
terrible most of the time, right?
I think it'll work. Is this, what was it, a day or two before New Year's Eve? This whole Andrew Tate story.
That was great.
Kind of a nice capper to the end of the year. So if you are unfamiliar, I don't know that I knew who Andrew Tate was. Is anyone? I was
familiar with him because there's an article they do, or a column they do every week on Dig.com called "Worst Person on the Internet," and he is constantly on there because he is a misogynistic son of a bitch. So anyway.
So he's an asshole. Like he just is like one of those guys who brags about being a billionaire, and anyway. So for whatever reason, I'm not that into the Twitterverse, but this one just kind of rocketed out of there. So for whatever reason, he like listed out all of his like 22 cars that he had, and tweeted at Greta Thunberg. What's her Greta Thunberg? Thunberg. He's like, hey, something about, calculate all my emissions. And she just replied something about like, hey, I'd love to know, please send to small dick energy at something. And everyone sort of just collectively thought that was hilarious.
Oh, I loved it.
Because it was so funny. And it was just like, she just called him out for being a total giant
asshole.
Yeah. But so that was amusing. And that was just sort of a normal story, but apparently, and I have not watched the response video, but apparently he made one response that was basically like, haha, you said you had a dick, which it was like the worst comeback ever. It took him 12 hours to get there. Yeah. And then he posted a video of him in a kimono, and he was in some foreign country, I don't remember, but he's in a kimono eating pizza. And
smoking a cigar.
Oh, yes. Well, what he didn't realize is he was a wanted fugitive for sex trafficking in this country. And by showing the pizza box on the table, they were able to determine that, hell yeah, that's a local chain to da-da-da. And we know based on this location and phone number that he's probably around here. And so they were able to track him down, and he was arrested for sex trafficking, which is awesome. It's kind of awesome. Like he just his ego. He just had one last stroke.
Yeah.
And I guess if I had to sort of summarize, 2022 was really the year. A couple big things for me. The year of 2022, Donald Trump kind of went away.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm sort of hopeful that he's going away because he's got little to no traction. I think that's a huge thing. But also the year that we learned that billionaires were kind of dipshits and assholes. And, maybe we shouldn't let them just, tell us how to run things. And the demise of the fall of Elon Musk just makes me happier every day. I think, but it's like with that, it's like with the FTX. It's just like maybe billionaires aren't good people. Like just maybe not.
Now, I do. I want to add something to this. So, have you guys watched The Glass Onion yet?
Yes, we did watch it over the holiday. That was one good movie. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, and what was funny is Ben Shapiro, known idiot, went on a Twitter rant about how it was making fun of Elon Musk, and now that the Republicans love Elon Musk, he was so angry about it. But Rian Johnson, the director and writer, he was like, "Yeah, I wrote that 2 years ago. This is just a really weird coincidence." He's like,
right.
He's like, I didn't mean that to happen. That's not really.
Oh my God!
And it was Ben Shapiro who identified, because my sister shared that the day after we watched it. It was because it was like a 14-part tweet, and every bit of it was just solid gold, stupid. But it was it was. But I love the fact he's like he starts off first critiquing the film. And he's like, all right, first things first. It's bullshit that there's a plot twist an hour and 15 minutes in, which basically means that everything we've watched up to this point is meaningless. And then he's like, 0.56. He's like, okay, now onto the politics. What? Yeah. It's like, you're the one who made the comparison to Elon Musk when you saw this idiotic eccentric billionaire. You put that together.
That's on you, buddy. That's
right. So it was just amazingly stupid, and I'm glad that he, I'm glad it got the traction it did. Made watching the movie that much more fun.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the theater in that week that it was there, and we haven't watched it yet. We were gonna try to get Bree to watch it, but we're trying to finish Ted Lasso season 2. But anyway, so just Ben Shapiro is a piece of work anyway. It's whatever. Piece of work. That's the nicest thing I can say.
Piece of work.
He's a piece of work.
Very diplomatic of you, Tyson.
He's a putz.
Putz is a great word.
We're not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't know. Anything else newsworthy? Just trying to think back.
Look.
Anything that Kanye said or did was just
Kanye stuff
it was kind of the year of Kanye too, and stupid shit.
Yeah, it was, and
at every corner.
Weird rise of anti-Semitism, which I don't know where that came from, but apparently somebody's been sitting on that for a while. And
it's like
vomit.
And obviously, the Ukraine conflict has been a really kind of tragic, and unfortunately, I don't think we realize how bad that is on a day-to-day basis. But
no, probably not.
It
does look like. I mean,
Putin's never gonna just give up. So
no.
Did you see that 4 people mysteriously died? 4 Russian billionaires mysteriously died over Christmas week.
I didn't see that.
And 2 of them were in the same hotel. One dude, it was his birthday party. It's real rough in Russia. You just don't want to be a Russian.
They weren't even in. Those 2 guys weren't even in Russia. They were in some other country, and they got whacked. So it's a tough time to be rich in Russia. But
it is.
It's also being rich. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So you're gonna have to if you make your money off of the the people, which I guess everybody does.
I just say if you're a Russian businessman, don't stay on any floors higher than the second.
The second floor, yeah.
And that would be probably.
My wife told me something very valuable about dying, and I've always remembered this. She said, if you fall from a 5-story building, you'll live. 6-story building, you'll die. So there's that line right there. So you just gotta so just keep in mind
Get
that
it right, kids. Yeah.
you got a little play there between 5 and 6. You got to watch it.
If you stay in boutique hotels, you'll be just fine. I'm
That's
just
right.
saying. Yeah.
Just stay in a fucking
Bed and breakfast. I don't know. Something.
basement.
How to Stay Alive with Jabberjaw. Yeah.
How to Stay Alive.
A basement Airbnb. That's your best bet.
Yeah, good stuff. Good times.
Yes, it was.
Also, and by the way, and it was kind of the story of last year. You brought it up, but I think it's worth saying again. There's two things on science that was pretty amazing. Again, all the Webb telescope stuff was amazing.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Still fantastic. And then nuclear fusion, just like a couple weeks ago, they got nuclear fusion on the boards. So that's pretty amazing too. Like,
awesome.
So,
absolutely, yeah, and it's actually really kind of like I don't even pretend to understand half of it, but it's actually really interesting because that is such a big deal. Hey, I just got an invite to do our podcast.
Same old
45
Zencastr,
minutes
son
in.
of a bitch.
This is when we do our spot for Zencastr.
Zencastr. It works pretty well.
It works.
I had to buy a new computer, but whatever, it's fine.
Hey, I had the 63rd most popular podcast on. I know what we're talking about here. Yeah. Oh, people decided they didn't want VR this year. Weirdly enough, they just decided I think VR is cool. It's nowhere near where people want it to be. It's kind of like self-driving cars. It's just everyone's trying to Mark Zuckerberg just wants you to live in your bathtub and
basically
meet strangers online.
I'm going to try to buy one of those Oculuses this year.
And they're cool. I mean, I love it. It's really fun.
My brother has one.
It's one of those things where it's a little, they're trying to sell it and it's it's years away before it's not fatiguing and I mean it just is. And so they're just trying to push it like so many things so anyway, Meta, Facebook thing and the Twitter debacle obviously will, the year that social media had a tough one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the way, just one more thing. Elon Musk lost $2 billion of his personal wealth.
$200
billion of his personal wealth in 1 year.
$2 billion.
Yes, in 1 year. The first, yes.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Talk about fucking, he put up or
that's a huge kick to the ding. Yeah.
Yeah. Put up or shut up, Elon. Oh, I'm putting up. Well, I'll just write.
Well, I think the when it hit 120, because it was, a month ago, Tesla stock was 160. Over this Christmas, it was at 100, 105, and I think the margin call was at 120. So there were, I think I read 38 people made $38 billion just betting against Tesla.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. They stock. They shorted the stock. Is that what they did?
Yeah. And there was a lot. So anyway, that company's going to have a tough go at it, and it's it really may be the end of some of the social media, the way we understand it. So
agreed.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
As someone who's not personally invested
bring back MySpace. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Friendster.
Yeah. Friendster. All about who owns MySpace? The Timberlake's I know.
Yeah,
Timberlake's
an email.
He's been sitting on
his egg
fucking
for the last.
Yeah, exactly. He's he's going to Mr. Burns. He's just waiting, hinting his fingers. So good year.
Good year. Yeah.
Personally, I had a pretty terrible year, but I'm glad this year's over. So we're going to move on.
We are.
And,
yes.
Yes. So now.
Healthier 2023.
Healthier 2023. Yeah. So we're doing a year-end review. Is that right?
Yes, we are. I have nothing queued up for it. I'm happy to sing something. Tyson, do you want to do a little ditty for it?
My acoustic is downstairs. You go ahead and sing it.
Year-end review with Jabberjaw. That's not singing. I don't sing.
I don't know what it was.
Karaoke and
I liked it. I liked it. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but I liked it.
Okay, great.
So do we all pick movies?
We did. I think. Smith, did you pick some movies?
I did actually.
Okay, let's do movies.
Just recently watched it.
I split it up though, Tice. Between like just films and documentaries.
Oh, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Why don't you go first? This was your idea.
Love you too. Okay. I have three favorite movies of mine this year. Top Gun Maverick was actually one of my favorites. It was super fun. I enjoyed it. It was probably my favorite movie going experience, like in the theater. Just being in a room full of grown men crying was hilarious.
That was tied for my top one too. We saw it in IMAX, and it was just fun to go to.
It's so fun, right?
It was just fun to go out and get out, and it was a lot of fun. It was a thrill ride done incredibly well, and that's what it was.
Couldn't agree more.
It was meant for.
Yeah. Way to go, Tom. Again.
Way to go. God damn it.
You fucking crazy pants. And then my second favorite movie was 3,000 Years of Longing with Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba. It is available for rent, and I highly recommend everybody watch it. A very moving film, unexpectedly. And it didn't get a lot of publicity, so watch it. I loved it.
It was weird. The guy who directed Mad Max, so it's kind of a huge departure for what you expect from him. So.
Very true. Very true. My favorite movie of the year, though, is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It's fucking phenomenal. I want them to win all the awards. I loved it. I actually wanted hot dog fingers for Christmas, and I did not get them. So, fuck my life. If anybody wants to send me some hot dog fingers, you can get it at A24 because my husband did not get them for me. So, please.
You can buy hot dog fingers from A24?
You can. You can.
Wow.
I want them. Yeah.
All right.
So
we still haven't watched it yet, so we'll do that soon.
Oh, Smith. Oh shit.
I know.
Shouldn't have said anything.
Forgot.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Hot dog fingers is a very small, tiny piece.
It is. It's a yes. It's a very expansive film. And Michelle Yeoh is amazing in it. So anyway, that's it for
movies.
For movies. I do have documentaries, but somebody else go.
So I agree. Top Gun Maverick was great. I also wanted to add one that I really didn't have that much high hopes for, but we watched it just this last weekend on the way back. Was Bullet Train.
Oh, wow.
We both really liked Bullet Train. It's
nice,
hyper violent. It's super stylized, but it's funny. It got kind of shit reviews, and so that's why we really didn't look into it. No, we watched it and just really, really enjoyed it. Really fun movie. If you like Tarantino stuff, I think it's kind of better than what Tarantino's done lately.
Well, the guy, guy.
I know those are fighting words, but no, it was just a really, really just fun, kind of funny movie. So that and Top Gun were didn't watch a lot of movies this year that I could recommend to the general public.
The director of that movie, David Light, I think is his name, did the first Deadpool movie. So I was expecting it to be sort of similar as far as action wise goes, like something like that. But I haven't watched it yet, so I will.
I haven't either. I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah, I think it just came out on Netflix, which is why we caught it. So, but no, enjoyed it.
Okay, so I have. Okay, so top 5 movies. I love Glass Onion. I really just I like that character. I like Rian Johnson. I like so it was really good. That's on Netflix. Nope was a great movie. I love. Nope.
That was a good movie. Yeah.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Fantastic, as Dawson said. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent was one of my favorite movies.
Oh, we fucked up, Smith. We didn't even. Oh, wow.
We didn't even mention that.
And I was really,
Nick Cage.
I've really been upset that it has gotten no nods for any kind of a screenplay, nothing. And I guess
it had a spring release though, didn't it?
It was.
It's kind of forgotten about by, unfortunately, but no, that is too bad.
And then and then Barbarian. I just really like that movie. I thought it was really good.
We did too.
So here's the runner-ups: Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Really like that. Werewolf by Night, which is on Disney Plus, which is only about an hour long, so I don't know if it's technically a movie or a television special, but it's really good. I highly recommend it. If you like old Universal monster pictures, which I do. Thor: Love and Thunder and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Notice I put all my Marvel movies into the runner-ups. So here are the worst movies I saw this year. My Son Hunter, which is about Hunter Biden. That movie is so bad.
Oh, you watched that?
Oh wow!
Holy shit, it's fucking terrible.
Wow.
It is really hard to watch. I mean, it is really hard to watch. The movie Morbius, terrible movie. Jared Leto as a vampire hybrid, terrible
Ooh.
movie. And then probably the worst movie I saw this year was The Munsters by Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah, you shit all over that. Yeah.
Yeah, not a good movie. Now I will say, and I've got one more movie, which is a dumb movie, but I love it so much. It's called Moonfall, and it's about if the moon crashed into the Earth, and it is super fun and stupid and a great watch. Highly recommend it. If you liked Independence Day, it's basically Independence Day except the moon is crashing into the Earth. Super fun, great movie. I'll stand behind my saying a great movie. It's stupid, like plot makes no sense, nothing, but super fun to watch. So now
Okay.
you have documentaries.
I do, yes. Scroll. Okay, so I broke it up between documentary and like documentary film and documentary series. So my top 3 documentaries. Third would probably be the volcano what rescue from Wakari. Have you guys seen that?
Not yet, no.
Oh, okay. You got to be in the right mental mood for that.
Yeah, I was told it was
It's
an appropriate
heavy.
viewing for Christmas Day, so that's
Nope.
why we held off.
They were correct. Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Oh.
And it's all about these tourists that go to an active volcano in New Zealand, and that's all I'm going to say. And then my second favorite was probably Senior, with Robert Downey Jr. about his dad. I found it fascinating. Yeah. I want to watch some of Senior's films. They're so weird and interesting. And it was just really well done. So I love that. And then my favorite documentary film is Nothing Compares. I cried like a little baby. It's a Sinead O'Connor documentary. And I loved it. She's been through the ringer, and I just kind of love what she stands for. So, and always have. And then my top 2 favorite documentary series would be The Vow Part 2. Everybody should watch that. Crazy story. Yes, really well done. And then the Andy Warhol Diaries on Netflix, which I love because I love pop art and I love him, and I don't give 2 shits if anybody else thinks he's terrible. So a lot of people came after me about Andy Warhol, and I'm like, I love him. I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Like they criticized you for liking Andy Warhol?
Yeah, I got some messages on the IG.
Who are these schlubs? Yeah. Hey, we don't need this.
Fucking townies.
Fucking townies.
Where's the Vow, and what is that? I don't know anything.
It's Showtime or HBO?
It's HBO Max.
Yeah, HBO.
You obviously watch part 1, and it's about the NXIVM cult.
Yeah. Okay.
With Keith Raniere. Ugh.
Yeah.
And there is some bonkers shit that happens. That I mean, the way that they do it and the way they tell the story is wonderful. Like whoever put it together, bravo, well done.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's it. Smith, did you have some documentaries?
I do. So it's been a bit. I think it's came out maybe this spring or summer. But George Carlin's American Dream,
that was great.
Which was a couple-part series. I think Apatow directed. I have very few heroes. One of them is George Carlin, and just a really, really just nice. If you don't know anything about George Carlin, even if you think you do, watch it. It's quite good.
Yeah.
I think I might watch it again tonight. Actually, I just remembered it, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to watch that again. So, so definitely one of my favorites there. Another one, I'm a huge fan. I'm sure I'm missing several, but I'm a huge fan of the Netflix sort of true crime, documentary series. And one of my favorites was Our Father, I believe was called this year, which was talked about
I still need to watch that.
a man from Indiana who has some kids, and that's all I'm going to tell you. And it's it's one of those documentaries where it's like, I don't want to tell you much about it because it's excellently, it's very well done. And it's just one of those stories where it'll just leave you gagging. And last one, only reason I'm kind of mentioning this one is because we watched it over Christmas and it was kind of fun. Came out about a month ago on HBO, Santa Camp. And it was this story about Santa Camp, which I think takes place in Maine, and how there are usually all these old, 50, 60, 70-year-old white men that go to Santa Camp and trade tips and play games.
That sounds super fun, actually.
It's actually, but it's interesting because there's a good part of the film talks about there's a black Santa who wants to go to Santa Camp, and so it talks about I can't remember if he was in the Philadelphia area or where area he was, but it just talked about how he was trying to be a black Santa and how there were no black Santas. It's a really cute movie on HBO that we caught over the holiday, and like I said, I'm sure there were other documentary series and things that I missed this year, but.
Look, I was thinking as I was trying to put these lists together, I was like, you can't remember what you ate 3 days ago. Like, how are you going to remember all the shit that you watched this year? And it's hard, it's like,
it is hard. Yeah.
That's just tells us just the onslaught of media that we have at our disposal now that we didn't.
Crazy. It's too much. Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's, well, we'll see if it's sustainable, but for right now, it's awesome.
Probably not. Yeah. Keep it coming. Coming.
Yeah.
Tice, do you want to talk about TV?
Yeah. Sure. I can do some TV stuff. So one of my favorite. Okay. So I don't know. I just wrote down my favorites, so there's no rhyme or reason to any of this. The Moon Knight show on Disney was amazing, starring Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke. It's fantastic. The Sandman adaptation for Netflix was really good, like really well done. And they got approved for a second season, so that's very exciting. You don't have to know anything about Moon Knight or Sandman to watch these shows. They're just really, really good. And true to the source material. And there was a show on Disney Plus called She-Hulk, which is kind of a comedy about a Hulk woman who breaks the fourth wall, but she's a lawyer. So it's kind of like Boston Legal meets superheroes. It's really quite good. MST3K came back this year. They did their 13th season. It was hit or miss, but I wanted to mention it. The Kids in the Hall put out a new season.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Good call, yeah.
I completely forgot about
that. Resident Alien season 3. I highly recommend watching Resident Alien. It's a fish out of water story, but it's also a murder mystery. The first season is probably as good as it gets, but I really did enjoy season 3. Wellington Paranormal season 4 is way better than all.
I like that show.
All the previous seasons have been good, but season 4 is unbelievable. It is
okay. I'm going to check that out.
They have hit their stride, and you can find that on HBO Max. Girls 5 Ever season 2, quite good.
Oh fuck yeah! Yep.
There's a show on CBS called Ghosts, which is a remake of a BBC show called Ghosts about a couple that move into a mansion that they inherited, and one of the woman who she previously was in iZombie, which was a show on the CW, which I actually kind of liked. Anyway, she has an accident, and then because she's near death, she can see ghosts. So there's like 12, or I think, there's like 8 or 9 ghosts that inhabit this mansion from all the way back to Viking times, to the people that died there when they came over, to like a camp guy that rolled in, like died in 1980s. He was a Boy Scout camp or a Girl Scout leader or whatever. It's really HBO. So it's on CBS. It's really gentle humor, but it's pretty cute, and I would recommend it. Same way with Abbott Elementary. I don't know if you guys watch that.
I watched some of it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
It's so that seems to be doing just fine. I like the first season. The second season looks good. Dicktown season 2 was great. Not as good as season 1, but I
love that show. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And then the last one, which I think is probably like kind of the one that I would really like people to check out. It's called Smiling Friends. It's you can see it on HBO Max under the Adult Swim tab, and season 2 starts in February. It is reminiscent of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but it's its own thing. It's a very strange animated show, but very smart and very funny and shocking at the same time. So I really recommend Smiling Friends to anyone out there who might have time to do it. But if you have, any of the Marvel Disney Plus stuff is great, but Moon Knight specifically really was amazing.
We need to finish that. That was pretty good.
So those are my TV shows.
Very nice.
All right.
I'll go through mine real quick. My third favorite was probably the last season of Better Things, which did not get any fucking nominations whatsoever.
It really did not.
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pissed about it.
I thought their last season they would get a nod finally,
That's what I thought too, but nothing. And they also gave us fucking fuck you to Better Call Saul, I think. Which actually, now that I think about it, one of them got nominated for a Golden Globe. So, but nothing for Better Things. It's a really well done show. All the seasons are just phenomenal. Pamela Adlon, it's loosely based on her life. Writes, directs, and acts in it. Check it out. I feel like I talked about it a lot this year, so sorry, talking about it again.
No problem.
And then Somebody Somewhere on HBO Max with Bridget Everett, who I love. She is a phenomenal cabaret star in New York, and she is the star of this show about a woman who has to move back to Manhattan, Kansas, and it's really well done. And the shows themselves are like 30 minutes a piece, really quick and easy. Lots of heart in it. So check
what was the name
out.
of that show again, Dawson?
Somebody Somewhere.
Okay.
And then my favorite show of the year was probably The Bear on FX.
Hey.
I loved it so much. Such a really great story about working in a restaurant. And I mean, the direction of it is pretty phenomenal. And I love the way it ends. So if you haven't watched that yet, it's on Hulu. Big fan.
I need to finish that.
Yeah. I had lots. So
do it.
I remember, I watched a lot more TV than I did movies this year. So here we go. My top pick, easily The Bear as well. Just a great series. I was a huge Shameless fan, and it was it just different kind of show, but it does kind of overlap a little bit, just in kind of the humor, and it just picked right up and just absolutely loved it. I think we polished that off quickly, even in an evening one time, and probably need to watch it again because it was so good. Lots of miniseries this year that were really good. Just a lot of exceptional miniseries. I've always been a huge fan of the Godfather films, and so Paramount Plus a few months back did a show called The Offer, just about the history of the Godfather film, how that got produced. Really just interesting story, very well done. Has that one guy who is just all over the place, Miles Teller, who's excellent and just becoming a big star. Another miniseries, We Own This City, which came from David Simon, and it's just about it kind of spans a few different years in Baltimore. He was the creator of The Wire. And so this is really the kind of the first thing he's done in a number of years. And if you're a fan of The Wire, watch it. It's the same stuff. It's more of it, and it's great.
Hell yeah.
Other miniseries, I swear to they just make them for me at this point. Pistol, which was the Sex Pistols miniseries.
Oh yeah,
done by.
I need to finish that too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle, and a really good just kind of just history of the Sex Pistols. Vivienne Westwood just passed away.
I was going to ask,
a few days ago.
Is she a character in it?
She is,
Smith?
absolutely. She's a big character, and as is the lead singer of the Proclaimers.
Oh, really?
What's her name?
The Proclaimers.
Name escaping me.
Oh, the Cranberries?
Even
the Proclaimers.
Proclaimers?
You mean that I would walk 5,000 miles, guys?
I can't remember. Oh, not the Proclaimers.
I know. I was like, I thought they were guys.
Oh my god,
yeah, Pretenders. Got it. What? One of those P bands, whatever.
Yeah. Wow. The Pretenders had a much more interesting upbringing than I realized. It's amazing that they landed on that poppy little ditty. Oh, Benny and June. Love you both. Wow. No. The God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember her name. But can't afford an intern, so you're just gonna have to do it yourself.
We need to offer credit.
The Dropout, starring Amanda Seyfried, which was about the
that was very good.
Whole what was it called?
That's on our list.
Blood testing scandal. Very good.
Theranos.
Theranos. And she just does that weird accent just so incredibly well. she's just great.
Good.
She's pretty great in pretty much everything she does. And those were the mini series. A couple just TV shows that really enjoyed. Julia.
Julia was great.
That was great. Yeah.
Which we really enjoyed. I haven't heard if they're doing another season or not. I certainly hope they are.
I looked it up. Yeah.
Oh, are they? They should.
Good.
It comes out this year. I watched the HBO Things to Come trailer, and it was part of it. Yeah, so
that's good.
And then the last one, real quick, was it got a lot of shit, but I thought it was a really good show. Was the Jeffrey Dahmer?
I didn't want to watch.
Dahmer Monster. It had 9 different names.
Yeah,
but Ryan Murphy did it, which I'm not a huge fan of in general, but
he did Scream Queens, so I mean, that's one of my favorite shows of all time.
That's true.
But it was good. I mean, it was a little controversial, but what's not?
That's true.
Watch it.
Everything is.
Piss off someone. Watch it and piss off somebody.
I'd like to watch it. It's not really. It's hard to get to watch things like that.
It's a timing thing, right? It's
yeah.
You got to make sure the kids are, not so sleepy that they'll fall asleep while they're watching it. But yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I liked it too.
But not fully attentive.
I would also like to plug, what was it, 1883 and Yellowstone.
And I will also just go ahead and complete 1923. We've seen the first couple episodes.
Dude, it was so good.
And one more plug is and I'm not going to get the name right, but it's the Chippendales TV series on Hulu is really, really good.
That does look good. No, that does.
It's very good.
And all of the shitty documentaries that they have on Hulu too about the Chippendales, fantastic. I've gone through all of them. They're really good.
There's a lot of
trash. They're total Lifetime movie trash, but I'm into it.
We totally watched one and they were like, we haven't heard. We had to stop watching because I think this is going to ruin the TV show for us. So good looking out, Hulu.
That's fair. Yeah.
Just made us curious, and it was to our own detriment. Bastards.
Awesome.
So what's next?
Music. Tyson.
I did albums and singles. I don't know.
Excellent.
I don't really. It's hard for me to. I put my money where my mouth is this year. These are actual records that I actually purchased. So if I thought they were good enough to purchase, I just went ahead and got them. So in no particular order. Although I will say that Wet Legs' self-titled debut is probably my favorite record.
That was my second favorite.
I just love that record. It's just super fun.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just super great. And then I would probably say that my second favorite one was Soccer Mommy's Sometimes Forever, which I just really like that record.
I gotta listen to that.
I just really like her work, and it's and she is a producer, and he does all the instrumentation with some guys, so I know that it's a very collaborative effort, but that's cool. I mean, it just comes out well. So here's the other ones that I thought were worthy of purchasing this year. Death Cab for Cuties, Asphalt Meadows. This band Mama, called Household Name. Mama, if you're unfamiliar, it's basically like I would say post grunge, but it's got a hum feel to it. it's just it's two young girls, two guitar players, and they are just excellent. I highly recommend Mama. And their record came out this year called Household Name.
I
This
need to
band
listen to that.
this band called Plosives, which has Rob Crow and
Yeah.
Rob Reese, who was the guitar player from Drive Like Yahoo, Rocket from the Crypt, and he's kind of a legend in Southern California.
You know, I didn't know it was pronounced Drive Like Yahoo. I've been pronouncing it Drive Like Jehu since.
I think it's
I
Drive
know,
Like
I
Yahoo.
I trust you way more than I just have no idea. So
I believe I heard someone call it that one time a long time ago. Remember how that's an old band, right? They've been around for a long time. Yeah. Well, I
yes,
mean,
like
they don't
mid
exist.
'80s at
Yeah,
least. Yeah.
yeah. So, but anyway, Plosives is the guy, Rob Crow from Pinback, and then basically the backup band for Rocket from the Crypt, and it is quite good. It's very good. So it's the band is called Plosives,
I
Plosives,
love that record. It's very good.
and the
Big
album is
fan.
called Plosives. Alex G put out a record called God Save the Animals, which is really good. Joyce Bennett,
Alex G is phenomenal.
isn't he
God
great?
damn. Yeah, he's so good.
He keeps getting better
Oh,
too. It's just awesome.
better. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Joyce Manor put out a record called 40 Ounces to Fresno, which is my favorite album title of the whole
It's
year.
so fun. Those guys are awesome. I would love the three of us to go see them
Oh yeah,
sometime.
they played the Granada a few years ago, and I tried to go, and one of my favorite little dumb indie bands opened for them, and I was like, oh, I can't. Their songs are, especially on 40 Ounces to Freedom, 40 Ounces to Fresno. There's 10 songs, 11 songs, but he
Yeah,
writes
that was 10, but I could be
he
wrong.
writes short little songs. So on the vinyl version, all the songs are on one side, and on the other side of the vinyl is just this etching drawing of it because they didn't even need the second side of the album. So
I love them. Oh,
yeah.
they're so fun.
Archers of the
awesome.
Loaf put out their first record in forever called Reason in Decline, which is quite good. But I'm a huge Archers of the Loaf fan. I don't know if everyone's going to get into that. If you're definitely an Archers of the Loaf fan, you'll love it. If you don't, whatever.
I liked it. Yep.
The Beths put out a record called Expert in the Dying Field, which is they put out a great record every 2 years.
That's my favorite record of the year.
Is it?
For sure.
Is it?
Yep. Loved it.
So
yep.
So good.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And and they just get better and better as musicians. It's crazy. And then finally, Phoenix Alpha Zulu record is just super good. So those are my albums of the year.
Well done, Tice. That's a pretty badass list. That's way longer than mine. Jesus. I feel naked right
I didn't
now.
listen to it a whole lot. No. I like that Alpha Zulu record.
That Alpha Zulu record was awesome. I will also say Death Cab for Cutie put out a pretty good record this year.
Best record in years.
Years, right?
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually excited about it.
Yeah.
Single, my favorite single is Your Mom by Westlake.
Yeah,
I have listened to that song so many goddamn times. It is, when she screams in it, that is one of my favorite things I've heard in years. I love it. Just go out there, listen to that song right now. And then I posted actually my favorite songs of the year from Spotify on our Facebook group thing. So you can check out the others there. But yes, as I mentioned, I totally agree with Tyson. Expert in the Dying Field by the Beths is it's my favorite. It's the one album I listen to consistently all the way through all the time this year. It's so fun. I would love to see them live.
Me too. That's happening. Yeah, don't worry.
It's got to happen. Yeah. Like we have to see them. And then my favorite EP of the year was Permanent Radiant by Crosses. You guys know I love Chino from Deftones. It's his side project. And he does a cover of a George Michael song on it. And I fucking lost my mind. And I definitely sent it to you guys. And it's so good. And then what was it? Always, but they spell it with 2 V's.
Yeah, 2 V's.
They put out a pretty good record too.
Excellent record, yeah.
That I liked a lot. Sharon Van Etten did too. And then Tyson mentioned Archers of the Loaf, obviously. And Phoenix. I liked all of those records as well. So, and Plosives, I didn't put them down, but damn, you're right. That is an excellent record.
Well, it came out like in February, so you forget, right?
Yeah, totally. And I thought I went all the way back, and apparently I did not. So, yeah. Smith, what did you listen to?
I just had like a bunch of Howard Jones reissues that I listened to. So
Well, honestly,
really not. I
there's
liked no.
so many good reissues. I could
There
have
were
had a list
ton,
of
yeah.
reissues
There
that came
were,
out this
Oh
year.
yeah.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god! But
I like the only one that you guys mentioned. There's definitely a few that I'm going to check out. The only one I did kind of like I like the new Spoon record.
oh yeah,
More
that's
than I
great.
Oh,
expected.
I like that too. Yep.
More than I thought I would. I listened to that quite a bit. But
That
no,
got
I've got
nominated for best rock album by the Grammys. Can you?
yeah, but like Spoon is like
No
a
shit.
Grammy band
No,
now, right?
Spoon is like
Yeah.
they've been on SNL twice. They're
Yeah.
basically
Man, they're gonna meet
Yeah.
Beyonce. That's
Yeah, well, I mean, because
cool.
like I'm guessing it just like this like it's gonna have to open up like once Bob Dylan dies, like then it's gonna open up a little, and then like Springsteen's gonna die, it's gonna get a little bit bigger, and
I'll tell you what, Death Cab for
It's true.
Cutie is playing here in a week, or no, in 2 weeks, and Mama is opening for them. And
Are you going?
I want to go, but I might go because I'll have to stand. The seats are sold out.
They're
But
sold out, yeah.
Beth can't
Shit.
stand, so I may go by myself just to see both of them. It looks like fun. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry, B, but I would still go, Tice. I would just go stand and enjoy. Sorry.
Yeah.
It sounds like fun.
Howard Jones issues. Yep.
yeah, we're any
2022.
shows? You guys anything on the? I know we've got tickets to They Might Be Giants coming up here pretty quick. I think you do too, Tyson. Don't you?
Yeah,
And,
they don't play here until May, but yeah.
okay, I think ours
You got
might
the
be
tickets?
in April.
They just put on the best show. It's just so fun.
Yeah, it's been a few. I don't think I've seen them since we saw them at the Blue Note.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah,
Christ, 12, 13 years ago. So yeah, it's been probably that's probably some new stuff they put out. Got thousands songs.
Yeah. they are pretty prolific.
Yeah, but no, you guys. We were talking about what was the show that we were talking about in Denver?
Postal Service is in September.
You know,
and I have a friend who will get us a hookup, so that's a go-go.
Yeah, because they're not. Yeah, because I went and looked. They're not coming anywhere near here. Because I was going to take my brother-in-law. But so I'll go out there. We'll go out there. But you got to get the hookup. So
yeah,
I'll pay for them. I don't give a shit. But
I'm excited. That's.
I think we're gonna get them for free, gentlemen.
Postal Service,
because they're playing at Mission Ballroom, and like
God damn, that's gonna be the 20th anniversary of that album.
Yeah,
20th.
And, and by the way, right? that's the end of the tour. They're doing 2 nights in Denver, so that will be a good show.
Awesome.
I mean,
it'd be kind of badass if we could go to both nights. Which I'm going to try to do.
That is how terrifyingly fast that time, because I bought tickets for the 10-year anniversary, and it was in Orlando. I thought I bought tickets for Orlando. I bought tickets in Arizona.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I had I think at like a night or two before my trip, I was looking at my tickets and I was like, oh. I don't have tickets. And of course, I was sold out.
I hate that. I've done that a couple times too, dude. And it's
and
then you're like, excited. Should I get a plane ticket? Should I just fucking? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Damn.
But now we'll go see some stuff. We'll find some stuff to go see.
Do you guys have singles? Can I rattle off my singles?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, please. Yes.
So basically, what I did was I went and I listened to the Sirius XM, indie channel, and I listened to this local radio station, 909 The Bridge, and then whenever I hear something that is just amazing, I just soundhound it, and then it adds to my favorite list or whatever. And so these are the ones that I picked this year. This singer songwriter called Soak, and she wrote this song called Purgatory, and it is super fun and has all these cool little guitar stuff that she's doing. This is really neat. Alex G put out a single called Runner this year, which is just
that's so good. Yeah.
This band Memes put out a record called Monday I Look Like Death, which is kind of like this Iggy Pop kind of song. It's pretty good. The Moss put out a song called Insomnia. Sloan put out their 17th record. But the highlight
I liked it. I didn't love it.
I didn't love it either as far as an entire record. But I did love this song called Magical Thinking, which is the first song on the record. This is really good. there's this band called Planes, and they have this song called "Problem with It." So Planes is one of the sisters from Waxahachie,
Really?
and then somebody else. And it sounds a
Okay.
lot when they sing. It sounds a lot like, at least on the single anyway. It sounds like they're channeling like a countrified version of uh, Fleetwood Mac. But
Oh,
the
that's cool.
the guitar work on this song is just phenomenal. It's just this amazing soloing in between these songs. But yeah, so the name of the band is called Planes, and the song is called "Problem with It," and it is catchy AF. You will be stuck with it.
Okay.
Always put out this song called "Pharmacist," which is just fantastic. The record's great too, but I didn't buy it, so
Yeah.
I didn't put it on my list. Snail Mail did a cover of a Superdrag song called "Feeling Like I Do," which you can find on Spotify, on their Spotify singles collection. You can't find it anywhere else. If you like Superdrag, if you even know who Superdrag is, which most people don't at this point, I imagine, you should definitely check it out.
You
Um,
should know. Yeah.
Fontaines DC put out this pretty haunting song called "Jackie Down the Line," and man, I heard it several times on both those stations, and it really grew on me. It's like the song is like a panic attack almost to happen. It's
Huh.
it is it's dark and it's interesting and worth checking out. And then the last one was which I wanted to point out is by this artist called Maddie Diaz, Diaz. Madidiaz, and the song's called "Nervous." And I definitely want to point this out because I added it to my starred list twice without realizing that I'd done it. So I do like the song. So, so anyway,
Tice, do you have a list? Is there any way that you could like
Yeah, I was just
put
gonna
a
ask.
list together and post it? Because I feel like the kids would want to hear it, listen to it.
yeah. I can put together something. I can share. I can make a Spotify list and share it. And then if they can't, I can at least put the list together, and then they can look up the songs if they don't have Spotify. I can do that.
You
Yeah.
really should have Spotify.
You should. I just got
You should have Spotify.
the
I know some
dual.
people
We
left
just.
it, but whatever.
I got the dual Spotify, so now Beth has her own Spotify account. It's only $2 more a month, so I was like, that's
Get that
awesome.
family
Nice.
plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I even got my parents on the Spotify this summer.
Yeah,
And
Dad listens to the podcast on Spotify. So does
yeah.
Sally. So
I'm like, how's
Hell
this work? And
yeah.
I'm like, it's
Y-
all the music.
yeah, I mean I went
All
in.
the music. What do you want to listen to?
It is.
It's there.
Matt went
Yeah.
all. Matt and I were working in the same office together when Spotify came out, and Matt was like, "I'm going all in." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm going in too." So, so, so we both made our lists. You know,
Yeah,
like
and I got like an email like a year or two ago that said like you may have got one of these things that congratulations for you were one of the first 10,000 customers in the United States or something like that. Because
Holy
it was
shit.
10 or 100, I don't remember what it was, but it was but
that's
yeah, it
awesome.
was oh yeah, because I was like, I mean, oh my god, this was like a
It
dream
was.
come
It
true for
was. Yeah.
someone who used to
Yeah,
spend
it was.
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
thousands of dollars or thousands of hours trying to steal
Oh
the
yeah.
music, and
Yeah.
this was just
Yep.
like, oh, it's just there now. So
No, and everybody just they retroactively are adding all their stuff to it. Like all these
it's
indie bands that I used to play with are putting their stuff on there. You know, it's just awesome. You know, so
I know. I can let the Joe Rogan thing go. It's a
Yeah, me too.
little, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow,
I
but
mean,
whatever.
$10 for pretty much every song you might possibly
Everything.
ever want to listen
Yeah.
to. I mean,
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you're like me, you know, like if you like it, then you'll go buy the record. You know, like or you'll go see them in concert.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
Absolutely. It all works out. Everybody's
does.
happy.
It does.
That is the end.
Support local artists.
That's right.
Felt like
Support
I
your
needed to say
local artist
So that is the
by
end.
listening to them on Spotify
That is the end
Yes.
of my junk.
1,000 times a day.
Thousands.
Yeah, if you want to
It
ever,
keeps me alive during the workday, to be honest.
if anyone would like to help
Oh, God, yes.
me out, you know, just go to Spotify, add "Bring Back Joel" to a playlist, both our records, preferably, and then
They're great.
when you're not, well, they're okay, but when you put them, and
I
then
like them. I actually have them in a lot of different lists.
if you, and then you, when you're not at your computer, just set Spotify to repeat, and just run in the background, and I get a penny or so every time one of the songs plays. So
Excellent.
Do it for Tyson.
Give Tyson some
Yeah.
pennies.
I mean,
this
I'm not
year,
going to set
okay?
up a server farm
Give him the
to get
pennies.
pennies for
I
myself.
like to think that there's like a small warehouse somewhere in a Chinese economic district, and there's just children listening to Bring Back Joel records on repeat.
I know. They're so expensive, but they're so
Amazing.
cheap. It's hard to say.
Oh, to the new year.
To the new year.
To the new year.
Onward. Great.
All right, this has been
Cool.
great, but I'm about to piss my pants, and I don't want to get Black Santa wet. So,
That's fair enough.
do you guys have anything else?
Dear Lord, no. No, I'm good. Smith, you good?
No, I'm great. It's good to see you guys.
what would
Glad
be-
we
Good to see you
survived
too.
the holiday. And,
What would
Yes.
what I would recommend, if you don't do it, Dawson, I'll do it. But I'll try. We should compile our lists and print them out so people can go and take a look at them. For
Print
TV
them
shows.
out and then put where do we put
what
that?
we're going to do
This
is
is
if you send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, we will send you a top.
I just love mail, so
I
we'll
do
get it
love-
out to you.
I do
Yeah.
love that. No, I was just saying like a list of your picks, my picks, and Matt's picks. And
Well, actually, I'll talk to you about this offline. You guys can just add it to mine if you want,
oh,
and we
okay.
can put.
Oh,
or
yeah, we can do,
whatever.
like, a shared
We should do a
list.
compilation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good
There you
idea. Yeah.
yeah. All right,
Very good.
I'll do it. I
Hey,
like projects. We all
happy-
know this.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year,
2023.
guys.
Happy New Year. What a year it's gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Always a pleasure, fellas.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Bye. Oh, Smith's leaving first. All right.
Oh yeah, New Year, New Smith.
He's out.